It's still opening up. You can see the facility screen, right?
Yes. Yes.
And you can see here
Yes.
10-hour restrictions. You can see here 10-hour restrictions. 10-hour restrictions. Okay. This is what I'm trying to explain. There is a field 10-hour restriction. Okay. Okay. Let me try to move on to 10-hour restrictions. Let us take the limit is 1000, and I have given 1 month, say 300. 3 months, that is more than 1 month, and less than 3 months, say 200, and then say 6 months, say 200, like that. I'm just giving one example. 6 months, I'm giving an example. Okay, or we can keep it as 600 for 200 for 200. So this is clear. That means that when a customer is opening an LC or guarantee up to 1 month, I can open up to 600 within the overall limit of 1000. And if he is trying to open an LC for 90 days or 30 days to 90 days, I can open only up to 200. And 6 months or beyond 3 months up to 6 months, I will be able to open only for 200. Now, let us take this example.
These are the LC amounts, right?
No, not LC amounts. It's the limits.
Limits, okay.
The customer is opening, requesting for opening an LC for, say, 75 days. 75 days. And he is asking for 150. Okay. On, say, 1st February. Same customer is asking for LC for 85 days for 100 on, say, 15th February. Can I do that? There is no other. There is no any amount in any other bracket except for 3 months. Originally, he has done on 1st February. There is a 150 there, so it comes under this bracket. And out of 200, 150 is utilized. Only 50 is available. Now he is asking for another amount. Can I do it?
Is more than 200, right? It will not be allowed.
Correct. A system will not allow, or it will give an error, or a system will give an override, or the user will not be able to do that. Now, if I select fixed, that means that till this LC is expired till 75 days, it remains in this basket itself. Is it clear? That means that this remains in the same basket for all the 75 days. Is it clear?
Yeah, we're trying to understand. Proceed on.
If I say rolling, after 45 days, this will move, 150 will move to this 1 month bracket, because the remaining period is less than 30 days. It comes and falls under this 1 month basket. So it is moving. That is why it is called as rolling. It is rolling from here to this. It is rolling from here to this, and it will go off.
Mahesh, if you don't mind, come again.
No. See, this is fixed throughout for 75 days. If I select fixed, Sesh, clear?
Okay.
Now, same, if I say it as rolling, say after, initially it is on 1st February, 75 days, it is coming under this basket.
Right.
Okay. Now, after 45 days, I'm running EOD every day, right? So after 45 days, what is the remaining period? It is 30 days. So whatever is 30 days, it comes under this basket. This will move to this. Similarly, whatever is there, it will move here depending on what is the remaining period. That is what we call it as rolling.
Got it.
Is it fine? Clear?
So if there is any mismatch in that, for example, from 6 months to 3 months, it goes to 200. And in that time, if the 3 months bracket amount is lesser than the limit amount, what will happen?
System will not move because you don't have limits, right? It will
Okay.
remain in 6 months itself.
Mahesh,
Okay.
one
So
question.
will there be any EOD related error will trigger on that?
No, error will not, the exception will be captured. That's all, Shanmuganath. Because
Okay. Yeah. So exception would be captured in the tables, right?
correct,
Yes,
but
yes.
actually people will not do like that, right? That is why if I see, if I have put 100 here, I'm logically wrong in doing like that, right? That as business itself, they didn't understand what is the business, right?
Understood. I got your point. Yeah.
Mahesh, one question, okay, related to the same one. See, rolling, if it is rolling, okay, and as you said, the example of 1st February 150, in terms of period, it falls from 3 months to 1 month's period. But in terms of amount, okay,
it remains the same, right? Because you cannot change the amount unless there is a utilization or there is a usage of that amount.
Agree, but you said like, no, for 1 month it is 100, but here, no, it is 150. So in the EOD, it will throw an exception, right? It will not allow.
It will not move. That's what I'm saying.
But then EOD will stop. That's what you're saying.
No. See, EOD doesn't have an impact of limit not tracking, right? It will remain in the same limits. Say, for example, if you have taken an overdraft and you are going beyond your limit, will the EOD stop?
No.
Same.
Okay. Understood.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Fine. So this is what I want to cover as part of this. And anything else you would like to know? So because I have another 1 hour, I think I have another 1 hour 20 minutes. I need so much to cover. Anything else you want?
Mahesh, in that exchange rate, right, the standard, we have the stop override limit and stop limit. So just a
That's
brief
simple, Chandra. Actually, that is very simple. See, if you are taking an exchange rate, USD INR, you are inputting 80 as the mid rate. If you are giving anything, say for example, you are giving 10% and you are giving 25%. 25%. If you take this example, if you're changing the exchange rate to 88 or 72, it will allow you to go through. If you're changing the exchange rate to 90 or 95 or up to 25%, it gives an override. If you're changing exchange rate beyond 120 or less than 60, it gives you an error message. Because user will be inputting the exchange rate, right, Chandra?
Okay, Mahesh.
Okay. Okay. Now, Vivek, contingent entries are available in the user manual. So you can go through that LC, OCO, offset like that, and all the accounting entries are available. And there is something called as accelerator pack. So as part of the user manual place, there is a folder called accelerator pack where there is a sample products and sample accounting entries are available. You can go and check on that and you will be able to define that in the system, Vivek. Clear? Now, let me move to the presentation. Okay, this is what I was explaining to you all about various events. Okay, I'm taking into consideration that people are very aware of the trade finance domain and people are aware of the existing FCUB. If you are not, so please let me know. I'll just explain one of the few events here. So anybody who is new to FlexCube or new to OBTF and new to Oracle banking products, just let me know. I'll just give an example of only 2-3 scenarios over here.
Yeah,
Anybody is like
please.
that?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Okay. See, normally in any product, you have something called as a book event. You have a book event and you have init event. So this is the normal concept. But in LC module, we don't have a book event or init event, but we have only BIS event. BIS event means book and issue together. That is why we have, you can see here, book and issue. That is the only major difference. And all the commissions what we are collecting for the LC transactions or guarantee transaction, it is not defined in BIS event, but we have a separate event called CLIC, that is commission liquidation. And in BIS event, we will have only charge related things, and all commission related will happen over here. And also, when I say commission, all the commissions will be calculated here. If you notice, we have two types of calculation logic. One is periodic, non-periodic. If I go with periodic, then we need to collect commission separately in one event. That is what we call it as calc event. Calc event is calculation of commission, which will happen in EOD, and the liquidation of commission will happen in the BOD next day. So these are the concept you need to understand.
Okay.
Clear?
Yeah.
Can you please repeat for calc once again?
Okay. Calc. Okay, I'll repeat. Okay, somebody's asking. Calc is, see, I'm collecting commission every month in our example, right? Periodic commission. On it should be collected on 13th April. Now, on 12th April, I need to calculate. On 13th April BOD, I need to collect. Okay, so calc will be triggered on 12th April EOD, and CLIC will happen on 13th April BOD. This is what I was referring to it.
So in calc, only the calculation will be done, is what you are saying.
Correct.
But why is it required?
Okay,
Any
let us
idea?
take this example. We are calculating commission periodically. Originally, LC amount is 10,000. And during that period, LC amount is increased. LC amount is decreased. Do you collect commission for the decrease for the 10,000 fully or for the reduced amount?
Reduced one, right?
That is why you need a calc.
Okay. So 12th of April BOD, only the calculations will be done. 13th, the
EOD.
actual
12th
accounting it will be done.
12th April, calc will trigger as part of EOD, and 13th April as part of BOD, CLIC will trigger.
Okay.
Mahesh,
So calc will
it's
not
a
have any
kind-
accounting entries, right?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, Murli.
Yeah. It's kind of, I'm just relating to, I see accrual and liquidation on
Correct.
maturity.
Correct.
Is it the same
Same.
for a periodic calculation here?
Yes.
Okay.
Whereas there we will pass an accrual entry. Here we are calculating without passing an accounting entry only. In calc, we don't have an accounting
Got it.
entry. Only in CLIC,
Got
we
it.
have an accounting entry.
Fine.
Hello, Mahesh.
Yeah,
I have a
Rajagopal.
query. The CLIC commission liquidation, is it applicable only to LC or a BG as well, the bank guarantee?
I told you,
Bank guarantee.
I told you, LC module supports both guarantees and LCs, right, Rajagopal?
Okay.
So we saw that product which has both LCs and guarantees. So it's applicable for both. So in this module, it is applicable, Rajagopal.
Yeah, got it.
Okay. One important thing, there are, when people are nominating, please nominate with your Oracle IDs. I think there are few people who have nominated. We didn't consider that actually with giving Gmail IDs. Yeah, Shesh, you have any questions?
No.
Yeah. Okay, so this is important. And I think Vivek was asking about what is the entries which I need to pass it for this. So you can see here LCOCO offset, and then charge related entries can be maintained. And then when I do a commission liquidation, depending on whether the commission is in advance or arrears, I will have received in advance or I have receivable. And then accrual, I do debit receivable or credit income, or debit received in advance and credit income. Like that, I can maintain the accounting entries. This is simple, normal one.
Mahesh, a small query. Coming to this calc and CLIC actually. See,
Yeah.
where in the IC we will be accruing and keeping in one suspense or nullifying account, where liquidation will be nullifying it and crediting to the customer or a bank. But here, the thing is, it will be stored in some table as some kind of a field,
Yes.
the value, where
It will be in
capturing
the
that
table.
to liquidate.
It will be in the table, and that value will be used for the next BOD or in the BOD to collect it from the customer account.
Got it. Okay. Oh, it's storing in the table.
Yes.
What is this ad hoc charge, Mahesh?
Where is the ad hoc charge? You can see.
I saw in the previous slide. There's a event. Yeah. What does this ad hoc charge do?
We can define our own user-defined event, right, Vivek?
Okay.
So you can define your ad hoc charge as an event. For example, there is a confirmation charges which has to be borne by applicant. There is an LC and confirmation charges has to be borne by the applicant. Then there is no event for that, right? In our LC. So we can define it as ad hoc charge and remit the confirmation charges, whatever is being asked by the confirming bank. Like that, we can define our user-defined events. That is another example for user-defined events. Okay. Similarly, advices, we can define the advices, and I'm getting into the life cycle. Okay. Any questions on the product? And I have another 1 hour, 10 minutes. Let me try to get as much as possible. And at the end, what I have done is, I have a demo for generating various Swift messages. I have a demo, I have recorded it, so I can show through that all the 7 series messages, what is applicable for LC module. I can run through that as well. So it will take another maybe like 15 minutes. So we keep the buffer of 15 minutes for that showcasing that demo. But till that time, we will be concentrating on this. Okay. The first one is there is a possibility of centralized operations of trade finance in banks. So that means that all the branches will not have a trade finance desk, but they will do a postman job. They will collect the documents from the customers in the branch, because the branch is the customer facing people in the bank, and they will send the documents. They will send the documents to the central processing unit. So when they do that, they need to give an acknowledgement to the customer who has given, and that needs to be updated in the system, and that needs to be captured in the transaction processing as part of the central processing. So we have a registration for import LC. We have a separate screen where this is the acknowledgement reference number, and for what type of transaction it is LC issuance. What is the amount of LC? I'm just giving the details. Who is the customer? Who is the other details I can capture? And who are the parties from the LC I can capture? And once I do that, system will generate an advice, which we can hand it over to the corporate customer who has given this application in that branch. So this is a simple registration which is done at the branches, retail branches or non-trade finance branches. Any questions? Okay, then let me now get into the contract input. What I will do is, I will not explain everything in this. Let me try to go to the application, and I'll try to copy an existing contract, and I'll try to explain the various important fields so that you will get to see instead of seeing it in the PPT. Let me now move on to the application. Let me try to when I do this, let us go one by one. I enter the product code. System will automatically generate the reference numbers, and here you can select the operation code. You can select whether you want to have a open and confirm or pre-advised. Open and confirm means we need to give a confirming bank who is going to add the confirmation for the LC. Open means it is without a confirmation of import LC what we are using it. Pre-advised means I'm generating a 705, that is pre-advised LC, which I'm going to generate, then I will be able to do that. Let us take this as open. Okay. What is the currency of the LC? In which language? What is the amount? And who is the customer? What is the issue date, effective date? What is the expiry date, expiry place? All that we will capture. This is simple one. And this is where based on the type of the LC, if I try to select the mode, system will do a override. For example, it is a usance LC. Let us take, you can see here, usance LC, which is non-revolving. If I say it as a site payment, which is contradicting, because in a usance LC, it cannot be site, but it can be acceptance or deferred payment or negotiation. There is something which is allowed. If I select it as a site payment, system validates there is a mismatch of payment type with type of the LC, which is usance LC. So that validation system will do. Credit available with all that is something which is there. In case if I'm trying to open a LC which is revolving in nature, I will be capturing this information revolving in nature. I'm going to cover revolving LC a little more in depth, but I'm just giving a placeholder where we capture. And then this is the first screen. Let me complete all that, and then this 7 or 8 tabs, then I will take your questions. Okay. Next one is the preferences, where we can say who has to bear the charges. If there is a reimbursement, who is to pay for the reimbursing bank charges, and the period of presentation, Incoterms, and then the related reference number, who is the rules, and then this is mainly used for export LC. So if the same screen is used for import LC, same screen is used for export LC, but I have a separate transaction which I'm going to showcase for export LC. So I'm leaving it. And the amendment details, special condition, we have a separate field for 49H and for 49G. So what I want to capture as part of the MT700, I can specify. And this everything will default from the product. Now, if I say confirmation is required, I can say may confirm or confirm. If I have open, then I can have for may confirm also. So then if I do that, who is the party which is going to add the confirmation for that? So because I have not selected, it is not enabled. Okay. So I need to specify the parties details. Okay. You can see here, confirm, which is there. And then I have to specify which is the confirming bank, whether it is advising bank or advice through bank or confirming bank. So we need to specify that information. Okay. And when I'm issuing an LC itself, I can issue it as normal irrevocable documentary credit, or I can also mention in my Swift message whether it is transferable LC. If I say transferable LC, the other bank can transfer the LC from first beneficiary to second beneficiary. That is also possible. So I can specify that information. So any questions on tab 1 and tab 2?
So
Mahesh?
this is a LC of open category. Then how is it allowing you to check may confirm or confirm?
Because it's open and confirm or open, I can select. I've changed here. Can you see?
Oh, okay. Okay.
Mahesh, you were explaining on the site and usance and then validations based on that type. So is there any case where we have conversion from site to usance or usance to site?
Okay. See, we can do that. Only problem will be you will not be able to book the bills under usance for a site LC. So you have to handle it through the transit days.
Okay. So we can just, you mean to say, even if you convert from site to use-ons, while booking the bill, just use the transit days to arrive at your intended maturity date.
Correct, Mani.
But LC level, but still there is through amendment, it's possible to change from site to use-ons or use-ons.
Possible, yes, possible.
And how about the relevant accounting entries? Because use-ons will have one set of accounting entries.
See, it will remain to be in GLs, which is meant for site. There is no what do you call it as a placeholder to change the GL values or money. Okay. Because I have a GL number 123 for site, I have 1235 for use-ons. I would not be able to change, but this is temporary. Once I get the bills, still I will be handling it in the bills handle itself. Money.
Fine. Thanks, Mahesh.
Yeah. Okay. Now I'm moving on to the third tab. Where all the parties in the original contract has been given. And if I have a confirming bank, then I need to add confirming bank. So I need to have a confirming bank, which is the confirming bank. I need to capture that information. So I can capture that confirming bank details. So confirming bank. And I can also have a reimbursing bank. You know what is a reimbursing bank? So we can have a reimbursing bank details. Reimbursing bank. And also we have one more bank, which is advice through bank. So we can have advice through bank. So like this, we can have multiple parties which can be captured as part of the contract.
Mahesh, one query for this confirming bank and advice through bank. Okay. During the time of LC issuance, it has not been captured. So post issuance, if we want to capture, then we have to capture it in here or in amendment?
Amendment.
Okay.
Okay, see, I'll give you a scenario since you asked. Friends, is it okay? Because I'm going little more advanced actually. See, for example, I have a National Bank of Dubai as the advice through bank. I have Citibank. Let us take some other bank. Let us take some other bank. Some other bank. I'm taking HSBC Bank. Okay. HSBC Bank. I'm taking this HSBC Bank as the reimbursing bank. Maybe after a few days, the applicant is coming to request for a change in reimbursing bank or changing confirming bank or changing an advice through bank. It can come as a request for an amendment. Then what we will do is, once the contract is saved and authorized, we will go to the amendment input where we can change the banks in the as part of the amendment. What system will do is automatically it will send a cancellation of reimbursement authority originally given 740 with a 747 with cancellation or 799 depending on the configuration I have done. And also it will send swift messages to the responding respective parties and it will take that new into effect as well. That is also out of the box supported. This is something which is there from 11.1. Yeah, Dilip.
Mahesh, I'm not sure, you might have answered. So if I issue the LC with open, okay, and without confirming bank, subsequently, if you want to add the confirming bank,
we can do it in the amendment.
But that change of operation will not happen, correct?
No, the change of operation is my first operation, but I'm changing the field 49 in my amendment, so it will become confirmed, right? See, the operation is only for the first time, Dilip.
Okay, Mahesh, understood.
For that, it will be LCD amend, right?
Correct.
Right?
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Is this clear? I think Shanmuganath, I think you only asked this, right? About change in parties.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one is assignee. I'm going to explain this as part of this. This is mainly used for export LC, rather more on export bills. So I'm going to cover this as part of the export bills. I think Shiva, I think I've answered to Dilip.
Yeah, okay. But Mahesh, the question is if they are created as open and confirm, but later they want to change it to open. Is that possible?
So, yes, what you need to do is you have to go and change as part of an amendment, and you have to send a confirming bank to be intimated that they don't need to do confirmation later. They don't need confirmation.
Mahesh, sorry to interrupt. I believe that from without to you can change it to confirm, but after confirmation you cannot revoke it back. This is what
No. I'll tell you, as a business, if they have added the confirmation, they have already blocked the limits, Shanmuganath. But I'm saying before that itself. Normally you will get a 730 stating that they have added the confirmation for that. Before getting that, maybe on the next day itself, I'm saying I don't want any bank to add confirmation. So I can send an amendment for that.
Okay, Mahesh.
Yeah. Shanmuganath, hope it's clear what I've told.
Partly, because I'm not able to get the business scenario, because we have sent the 700 stating that it is confirmed.
Okay, but they will not confirm it immediately. See, they need to take the limits and other internal approvals before they do a confirmation. That confirmation will take unless
that is prior to we receive a 730 from the advising bank.
Correct. So there is always a time. Immediately next day, if I'm trying to do, I can always do that.
So before receiving that 730, you will be sending us 707.
Correct. Okay.
But that would be with having an increase in the amendment number, right? The amendment number would
that is an amendment actually. It is an amendment. Changing the tag 49 confirm to without.
Because as far as I know, we cannot do that. But in this case, I have to test it up.
Yeah, please.
So Mahesh, one question from my side. Could I ask?
Yes, please.
So you are using one word called in case of confirmation, they will block the limit. What exactly you mean by saying that? Confirming bank will block the limit. What it means?
No. See, when you are issuing for your customer, what you will do in the limits? When you are issuing for your customer, what you will do in ELCM? You will block the limits.
I will mark them as correct.
Limits. Because you will utilize the limits. Because there is a liability on that. Similarly, for confirmation also, that bank is taking risk on my bank. So they need to track the limits for my bank.
So that means a limit is already in place between issuing bank and confirming bank.
Correct. Without that, confirming bank will not add confirmation. Yes.
Yeah. So there is a limit cap.
Correct. That is the risk on the confirming bank to how much they can take it against issuing bank, Chandra.
Got it. Clear. Thank you.
Yeah. Next one is we can default the limits. Okay. If you see here, can you see here? It is giving a validation. I have done a reimbursing bank, and that reimbursing bank is not having an account in this currency. So I need to select a bank which has okay. So here, what we can do is we can automatically, when you default, you will be able to do that. And how I link that facility, the facility what I have done. Now, if you see here, limit tracking, if I do tracking of limits, if you see that 30 days, 60 days, 90 days bracket, how do I want to track? Whether it should be for the drafts of the LC or it is between or the LC tenor, which is the difference between issue date and the expiry date. That is what it's mentioned here. and which limits I want to attach. You can see here, and we'll attach that. Okay. So this is about tracking limits. And then shipment from which place to which place, what is the period, everything we can capture. And the goods code, we can capture the goods code. And then the documents, everything will be defaulted from the LC. And if I want, I can add the documents, whatever is being required. And based on the documents, if I have classes, we can have the classes as well. So for example, if I want to have a class, we can have that classes as well. Next one is traces. Whether I need a tracer for acknowledgement or a charge. If I go for LQ or ARAP, that is LQ contract, system will automatically generate a tracer as part of the UOD if I maintain that. Or if I want to send, if I want to have a tracer for other bank, then I can have it as a media Swift, and I need to have a template ID. Then system will automatically populate that information. Okay. And then advices, system will validate all the inputs in that till now. So I have to select what is the details. Okay. 1 minute. We go and try to change confirming bank. That is one. Let me go and try to. Okay. So this is what goods code I have not added. Okay. Fine. So based on my what do you call parties which I have added, system will automatically default all that Swift or mail or anything, and accordingly system will allow me to generate that. Okay. So since I have a reimbursing bank, it has generated reimbursing bank. If the customer has a trade envelope, when I say trade envelope, I'm going to cover that either today or tomorrow. So we'll have that information, which is basically MT798 message generation. And also we'll have all this information. So let me try to save that transaction. So it is auto authorized. So we can see the various Swift messages system has generated. We can see here all messages. We can see the all messages. You can see 700 which is generated based on whatever we captured. So you can see the message which is being generated from our bank to another bank. We can see that. And then you can see the 740, which is a reimbursing message, which is generated to the reimbursing bank. You can see here, reimbursing bank. And then 798, which is trade envelope for issuance of LC. We have sent that we have issued LC, and in the 798, you can see here, I think there's a problem in that. Okay. System will generate that trade envelope to the other party. So like this, it's possible to do that. If you notice here, there are many advices for each and every charge. What OBTF team or OBTF product has done is, you will be able to consolidate that into a single advice also. That is for charges, you can have a single advice like that also possible. So that is there is a separate setup available, using which you can have a consolidated single charge for the customer instead of having multiple advices. That is also something which is being brought. Okay. Any questions on LC issuance?
No. See, for example, for us, the debit would be happening for charges on BIS and for commission on CLIC. So for both, we together we can have a consolidated debit advice?
No, event wise, Shanmohan. Okay. If you want that as a consolidated one, it becomes like a implementation activity.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Mahesh, can you explain a little bit on the FFT details, FFT part?
Okay. See, if you look at in LC instrument, if I come down, can you see here? There are tags available. All these are separate tags which needs to be entered to get the value in the respective tags of the Swift message. Are you getting it, Arpan?
Yes.
See, for example, if I entered something in this FFT, in my message, 71B tag would have updated. If I have entered something in additional condition, my 47A tag would have updated. If I have entered something in sender to receiver, empty, it would have updated in MT7, tag 72 of my MT700. So these are all a factory shipped tag mapped for these messages.
Okay, so what I understand is if some information has to be entered in a particular tag in the message, which is not available as a field in the screen,
correct,
that will be entered here, right?
Correct. And subject to that is already factory shipped, that FFT codes. And it is there. I'm just giving you an upfront. There are some fields which is not there. How do I get that? We need to figure it out. But 99.99% everything is mapped with the FFT code for the values not is being captured as the transaction screen.
Thanks.
Okay? Yeah. Any other questions, friends? Okay. Let me now share to the, go back to the PPT. Go back to the PPT. This is what I have taken you through the various. Okay. What is new which is being introduced as part of the contract itself? You would be able to generate a common group message. When I say common group message, you know, we can generate a 799 or we can generate a 759 or we can generate a 791 or 792 or 795 or 796. All that we would be able to generate from the contract itself without going for a separate screen, but from the contract itself, we would be able to create, and that will be displayed in the all messages tab. So that is also possible. Okay. And I was explaining about user-defined event. So from the contract itself, we can trigger the user-defined event and it will create the user-defined transaction and it will reflect, and you would be able to view that in the contract itself apart from the events. So in the events also, you can see that what is the user-defined event trigger and the accounting entries as well. And yeah.
Mahesh, one very elementary question. You said common group message. What exactly does it mean? Common group message means?
That means that it's common across 1 series to 9 series, and anything specific to 7 series or 4 series, we can generate from the common group messages. Like if you want to generate a clarification, you want to generate a 799, you don't need to go outside the LC contract or BC contract or guarantee contract, but from the contract itself, you can enter that information, Chandra.
Okay. So a message that is common across LC, BG.
No, for that contract, I'm saying.
Only for that.
Okay. Next one is export LC. Yeah, Dilip, sorry.
Magesh, there is a FX linkage is there.
Yeah.
So that's just for information purpose or system will do any processing?
No, it will try to give you the FX contracts. Basically in LCV, it is just for what you call hedging purposes. It is not going to do any utilization or anything which will trigger in the FX contract, because only in bills you will have, or only when you are doing a client payment, only you will have that FX utilization. Dilip. Whereas in FX linkage, you will be able to do a soft linkage. Like this contract or this LC is hedged through the FX purchase or FX sale contract, depending on the what type of LC, Dilip.
Okay.
So whether this data would cascade to bills when we lodge a bill under this LC?
Yes.
Or
yes.
Okay. So if I capture in the LC level, it would be automatically getting cascaded.
Yes. Yes.
And there also it would be a soft linkage or that?
During the liquidation or during the purchase or negotiation or discount where exchange rate is applied, there will be a real utilization will happen and it will go and hit your FX contract in OBTR.
OBTR. Okay.
Mahesh, there is a customer instruction also on subsystems.
That is just information. 1 minute. Which one? Which side is that?
Your previous slide, I have common group messages somewhere you're showing. Customer
That's what. Just instruction what is being received. This is mainly a placeholder for OBTF PM, OBDX part of it, Dilip.
Okay, if I'm a standalone OBTF, I not capture.
Just an information, but actually it will not populate, but you will be inputting it. But if you have an integration with TFPM and OBTF, you will be able to view that. For example, you have any query which you want to ask, and it would have been passed on like that. That we can see that.
Okay. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah. So I'm getting into the export LC. So export LC is basically, I was explaining to you, this is where I will capture the charges to be claimed, and this is normal, and this is the various events that can happen. Okay, this is something you need to understand. So for example, when I receive a pre-advised export LC, then this event will be triggered. If I receive an LC which is just to be advised, then I will be using an BADV event. If I am having a LC which I have received where I want to advise an LC along with confirmation, then I need to have this event. And then I have an LC where I want to change the operation from advice of LC to a confirmation of LC. Then I will have this event. Like this, we can have different flavors of events depending on how the operation is done. The input screens remains the same. Only thing is the operation code will change according to whether it's import LC or export LC. If it is export LC, then these are the various events that can be triggered.
Mahesh, what is silent confirmation?
I am going to cover that separately, which is there. Silent confirmation means, I think I have covered as part of the domain itself. A silent confirmation is, LC is issued without confirmation, and the beneficiary is requesting their banker or the advising bank to add confirmation without the knowledge of the issuing bank, and they pay the fees or whatever is that for that. That is what we call it as a silent confirmation, and that is also supported.
Understood.
Okay, next one is revolving LC. So I'm taking a revolving LC. If you see here, revolving LC, you can have either as a time or a value, time or value, or you can have, if it is time, what is the period, and you can enter the information. And you have automatic reinstatement and cumulative reinstatement. So this is the explanation for that. So what I will do is, I will take you to a notepad. I'll take you to a notepad so that I will be able to explain that. Yeah, I think I have half an hour more. Okay. Take you to the notepad and revolving LC. What is the revolving LC? I think you know the business. If you don't know the business, you will not understand the concept. And I'm not getting into the business side of things. I'm getting into the product specific things. Okay, revolving, it can be revolving by time or it can be revolving by value. What is the basic concept? Revolve by value means I'm opening an LC for 10,000. When it becomes 0, it again gets back to 10,000. Okay, is this clear?
Hello, Mahesh.
Yes, Mahesh.
Yeah, Mahesh, I have a query over here. Suppose the outstanding liability of LCs, this one, say as specified example is 10K, and suppose will the revolving LC get reinstated multiple times for that 10,000 or for the amounts less than this one, less than 10K?
No. when I get reinstated, when I say reinstated, that is called, we call it as a revolving. It revolves only for the original value. It doesn't do a partial reinstatement, Raj.
Okay, so once a liability gets exhausted, at 10K gets exhausted, again at 10,000 becomes, the user can utilize that 10,000, you mean to say, that concept.
Not the user, the LC gets reinstated to 10,000 value, like how you have your credit card.
Fine, okay, yeah, like that, yeah.
So time, when I say time, if I say monthly, every month it gets reinstated for 10,000. So let us take March, April, May. Let's take this example. So that means that 10,000 in March, I get reinstated. Again in April, it again gets reinstated to 10,000. Again in May, it gets reinstated. Is this clear?
Yeah.
Others, are you following me?
Yes.
Okay. Now, if there is no bill submitted under this, there is no bill submitted, this becomes unutilized. Is it clear? If there is no bill here, it becomes unutilized. And I have received only 6,000 here, then balance 4,000 expires. Is this clear?
Yes, Mahesh. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, if I select the box called cumulative, in March, this is the value. In April, this is the value. In May, this becomes the value. So when I'm issuing an LC, when flag cumulative is selected, system will track limits for 30,000 because it will take the worst scenario. Always our software works always for the benefit of the bank, and banks always take the worst scenario. So my limits will be tracked for 30,000. So where is that flag? If I go to the, can you see here? Cumulative. Is this clear?
Sir, one question. So on
Even 1 minute, Amal, 1 minute. If you see here, my LC is 4 sevens, and I have selected cumulative flag. You can see here, outstanding amount and liability is for that number of period. It's already picked it. Can you see here? This is what I was explaining. Yeah, Amol.
Will it always track for 30,000, or if I issue a bill of say 5,000 in the first month, then it
that is what I'm saying. If you take this example, in this first month, if you say 5,000, balance 5,000 will get unutilized if you don't check the box cumulative.
Okay.
Clear?
Yeah.
That's all. If I select cumulative, then here balance will be 5,000. Here it will become 15,000. And here it will become 25,000. So you can submit the documents 25,000 before that expiry date. Clear?
Yes, but system will track on 30,000 only.
Originally, because I have selected the flag.
So what about will there be any impact on the commission part?
Yeah, of course, because we collect commission on the total overall, right, Shanmu?
Okay.
It's
so
almost
cumulative basically means carry forward.
Correct. And actually, I will take the worst scenario. Everything is happening on the last day or last cycle. So what will happen is, it is actually tantamounting to issuing a LC for 30,000 in this example. Even though revolving LC is only 10,000 with the cumulative flag. Clear?
So Mahesh, in this case, like we will book the contract for 10,000 only.
However, can you see here? That is what I'm saying. See, you can see here, it is taking everything for the overall period, overall amount.
Yeah, since your frequency is on time and with respect to 10.
It will not work for value.
So ideally, 7,700 into 10 times. So ideally, the outstanding.
No, 10 days. It's taken into 10 days. From expiry date or whatever that calculation, there is a logic in the system that will take into consideration, Shantaraj.
Okay. So in this case, my liability will be booked for what?
Can you see here? Full amount. That is what I'm saying.
It's not matching, right?
No. It is doing it for 3 times. It is revolving for 3 times. So it is taking that much.
But here frequency is units days and frequency is 10. So I was expecting every day it is.
See, actually, no. 10 once in 10 days. But there is an expiry date, and from the shipment date only your revolving will happen, right? So once you ship only, you will be able to do a revolving. Can you see here? So even the LC is for 60 days, if you go to the shipment date, from the shipment date only you can revolve. You cannot revolve before shipment date, right? So that is why the logic is here.
Okay, you mean to say that it will consider the shipment date and from there it will be taking the 10 days.
Correct.
And not from the LC issuer effective date.
Correct.
Okay.
For shipment date, I don't think it is depend on shipment date, right?
No, your shipment on or before that has to happen, but the logic built is like that, Shantaraj. Okay.
Okay. So commission will also be on outstanding amount, only, right? Outstanding.
Correct.
So in that node, if I capture the frequency, the revolving, and this one is on frequency 10, then the shipment date field will become mandatory, yeah?
Of course, yes. Okay. Let me move on to the next one. So revolving LC, how do I do that? There are 2 ways we can do. One is as part of the EOD we would be able to do, which is basically REIN event will trigger. Or if I want to do it manually, you click on that rollover button and click on that, system will do a reinstatement. Can you see here? Reinstatement, system has reinstatement, and it has reinstated the balance amount, whatever the LC amount, which is reinstated. Clear? This is how we do a manual reinstatement. If I do it as an auto reinstatement, can you see here? Automatic reinstatement, then it will happen as part of the EOD process. LC EOD job or batch rather. Okay. Now moving on to the next topic. If my bank is acting as a reimbursing bank, then this feature will work. This feature will be used. Our issuing bank will give an authority which is MT 740 or 747, and we receive a claim from negotiating bank MT 742. Then system has the capability by way of STP to handle the incoming 740 in LC contract and incoming 742 under that LC contract to be booked under BC contract, and a payment message will be generated. And also it is possible to generate a 744 for non-compliant claim received. That is also possible from reimbursing bank. So all these are possible from that. So if you see here, my product operation code should be RMB. RMB means reimbursing bank, and system expects only parties of issuing bank and the only certain parties. It is not looking for various parties. And once the claim is received, if I receive a claim in the BC product, you can see there is a checkbox called reimbursement claim. Once it is done, then at the contract level for this product, I will lodge the claim either through manually or STP, and the operation code only should be pay. And I will link the LC, reimbursing bank LC. And if I do a liquidation, system will debit the Nostro account of the issuing bank, and rather the account of the issuing bank, and make payment to the claiming bank, which is the negotiating bank. All that is possible through STP or it is also possible through manual input.
So the accounting entries would be debit of the issuing bank nostro and credit of the advising bank, negotiating
The
bank.
credit of the my nostro, who will make payment to the negotiating bank, Shanmona.
Okay, so then again there will be one more event for debiting my nostro and credit to negotiating bank, or how it is?
No. See, you debit issuing bank and credit my nostro mirror account, and I initiated 202. They will make the payment to the negotiating bank, like how you have a normal bill liquidation.
Okay.
Okay. Any questions?
And what would be the event code for reimbursing?
LQD in BC.
Okay.
We are trying to handle within the framework of BC, but using the flags. This is something which is available from 10.2 onwards. Okay. Next one is, okay. This is registration. We are not getting into that. It's easy, normal screen. Okay. We need to understand about amendment. When I say amendment, we can do an amendment in the original contract initiation screen itself, or the LCD terminal, that is a contract initiation, a contract capture screen, or we can do an amendment using the amendment screen itself. When I do an amendment using amendment input screen, 707 will be generated. If I'm doing it from the LC contract capture screen, 707 will not be generated, but system will automatically default that advice name LC amend instruction, and it will generate a 799. So that is a basic concept. Second, amendment input screen, we have two options: whether we need a beneficiary confirmation required, or whether we don't need a beneficiary confirmation. That is the flag available at the amendment input screen itself. So if you see here, whether we need a beneficiary confirmation required or not. Can you see here? This flag, based on that, whether beneficiary confirmation required or not is mentioned. Accordingly, the events gets triggered. Okay. So let me give the example. If I say beneficiary confirmation required is unchecked, then only one event, that is amend, will be triggered. Is this clear?
Yes.
Now, if I go with beneficiary confirmation required, okay, I have enabled the flag, beneficiary confirmation required flag, I have enabled. Then you can originally, when I do the amendment, it is unconfirmed. Then either I can confirm the amendment or reject the amendment. Either I can confirm the amendment or reject the amendment. When I do this confirmation of amendment, then ACON will be triggered, ACON will be triggered along with AMND event, When I reject the amendment, AREJ will be triggered. What is the difference? When I do this amendment confirmation, for example, I'm increasing the LC amount, or if I'm doing the tolerance amount, anything which I'm changing, the commission part is handled over here only. So that is the important catch. Okay. Any questions?
Hello, Mahesh.
Yes.
Yeah, I have a query. See, if it's a confirmed LC, and
No. I'm not talking about confirmed LC. I'm talking about the amendment which is sent to the beneficiary, whether he is accepting the amendment or rejecting the amendment. That is what I'm talking about, confirmation of amendment.
Okay.
So Mahesh sir, one question. If we select beneficiary confirmation, will there be any change in 707? And if we don't
No.
will there be any
See, okay. If I don't select amend confirmation required, 707 will be triggered in this amend event. If I select beneficiary confirmation required, it will trigger as part of AMNV event. There is an event called AMNV. That is the event that will get triggered. In that, 707 will be triggered. But there is no change in the 707.
Okay.
Okay. Any questions? Okay, let me move on. Yeah, Shanmugam.
So your point is, if I didn't check it, system will trigger AM and D, and as part of AM and D, there would be a 707.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Because my understanding was a bit different. As part of AM and D, 707 would be sent, and as part of once we confirm, 799 will generate is what I can remember.
No. It's not even.
Okay, fine then.
Yeah. So rejection also, if you click on confirm, you will be having a confirmation of this one. If you close, the rejection will happen. That's how the simple operations you have. And if I do it in the same contract screen and without beneficiary, it will trigger that. Okay. If I try to do where beneficiary confirmation is required is checked, and I'm trying to do certain modification, system will do the validation. For example, if I have originally sent an LC with the beneficiary confirmation, I have changed the expiry date. Again, in the second amendment, if I'm trying to do a modification of expiry date or anything else, then system will give me an error that previous amendment is not confirmed. You will not be able to amend the same field or same related fields. You will not be able to do that. So that validation is brought in as part of 11x version. So that is something which is available. And if I try to do it in the LC contract, for example, in the LC contract, which is LC journal, if you try to modify any of the fields which needs a 707, you will get an error message. You cannot change that. And if I try to do only certain FFTs by going to the advisors and you attach and change, for example, if I want to change the limits, if I want to change the settlement instruction, if I want to change the collateral amount like that, then system will generate a 799. It will give an override message and it will generate a 799, or we can suppress that if I don't want to. So this is something which is available. I'm not going to closure, reopen, all that are simple ones. Okay, reversal. Okay, reversal is in OBTF, they have brought in the feature what we have it in CL module. Earlier CL module has this feature where we can reverse a specific event or we can reverse an entire CL account. Similarly, you would be able to reverse a specific event. When I say event, you will be able to reverse a version generating event. You cannot reverse an accrual entry which is not generating a version. So you will be able to reverse a version generating event, and all the events related to that version will also get reversed. Example, I'm doing an amendment and I'm increasing the value. When I'm increasing the value, or I'm increasing the tenor of the LC, whatever may be the case. I found it is a wrong entry. So I'm trying to, and it has triggered a AMND event and a CLIC event. When I'm trying to reverse that event AMND, along with AMND event, CLIC related to that event also gets reversed if I go for event reversal. So that is a basic thumb rule we need to understand. Is it clear?
Yes, is there something like revoke a LC?
No. There is no revocation of LC. This is about wrong data capture by the user, which I'm trying to reverse, Chandra.
Okay.
Any questions? Okay. We can do a reversal of an event or we can do a reversal of a contract. Okay. Availment, I don't get into. Okay. Do you want to see the Swift messages? Because what I have is, I have export LC transfer, I have export LC silent confirmation, back-to-back LC, and silent confirmation, back-to-back LC, and also trade 360-degree view. And these are the various Swift messages available in LC module. Shall we stop now and I will take you through the Swift message generations of various messages. And with that, we will complete, and we will start from transfer of export LC tomorrow.
Yes, yes.
Because I don't mind in taking the session beyond 6 or whatever the time which is being given, but it is not right on me to do that for the people who have other meetings or something like that. So let me try to stop share, and I will try to get into another PPT. Is that fine, friends?
Yeah, Mahesh, but not beyond 6 because we have other calls. So
that is why I said.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, you are able to see my another PPT.
Yes, Mahesh.
Yeah. And I have recorded it. Okay. You're able to see my blank screen, which is getting creating new, etc.
Yes, Mahesh.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to do a transaction where I'm trying to open an import LC with the pre-advice. When I say pre-advice, I'm generating a 705, that is pre-advice Swift message. And using that pre-advice message, I'm trying to create another contract, which is 700. So that is what I'm going to do. It is more of a demo. Since I have explained all that, you can watch anytime. If you have any query, you can stop me so that I will be able to explain that. You can see here, I'm taking the pre-advice operation code.
Mahesh, to enable pre-advice, do we have to do any maintenance? Because I have not seen PAD operation code earlier.
No, now it is a different one, BP, something like that. This is one version before. You need to maintain the events for that.
Okay, so just the maintenance of events will ensure that operation code will be picked up.
Correct.
Okay. Mahesh, I'm sorry, others. One more clarity.
Yes, okay. Please. Because it's just a demo, so you can ask.
Yeah. On the amendment part, so without, if I check the beneficiary confirmation, system will trigger a 707 as part of AMNB, and again AMND also will trigger a 707.
No. That is something system will take care of it actually.
Okay. So as part of if it is directly without any beneficiary confirmation, then only as part of AMND or 707 will be seen.
Correct.
Understood.
I think somebody was asking in a product, if I don't maintain Incoterms or tolerance, what I will do. So I can enter it as part of the contract itself. So we can give the details.
Mahesh, there is other query from 2 banks which I worked. Okay, they have been asking for capturing multiple Incoterms as part of our LC.
Okay, see, we don't support multiple Incoterms in the contract, but we can have it as a additional details as part of the what you call as a goods description. That is the easiest solution.
That is what we gave them.
You don't capture any Incoterms in the Incoterm field and capture whatever you want, FOB plus CIF in 2 different places. We can capture it as part of the goods description, but we don't have that support out of the box.
Okay, because this is what the solution we gave the bank.
That's the only solution what we have without money expenses.
Okay.
No, I have not done implementation, to be honest with you, but I'm just telling, I'm just a trainer, so I'm just giving you all the possible ways.
Yeah, that would be more helpful.
So once I do that, after the pre-advice is being generated, if I want to do an amendment for a pre-advice, originally I have sent a 705, then I want to do an amendment for pre-advice, there is no format prescribed by Swift, so system will generate a 799. Okay, I'm just giving an information.
Mahesh, for FFT, okay, we do have a few FFTs where we have to follow a particular format, only then the message will get generated. For example, 734, okay, where we have to, for one FFT, we have to provide the currency, everything in as per the Swift, only then the 734 will get generated. So is there any maintenance where we can see and understand inside the FlexCube screen itself that this is the format which needs to be followed other than the Swift user manual?
No. See, these are all factory shipped, Shanmuganath. These are all factory shipped FFT codes. And I think in some user manuals, they have mentioned what is that code to be used for what.
Yeah, that is there. But the format, right? Even in the Swift, okay, for example, code /
77B, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So we are not able to exactly formulate whether this is a country code. They are given country code. Okay, country code should be followed by the text or how it is. So is there any FlexCube screen or table like MSTM Swift Master where we can see?
Actually, there is a front end screen available. Okay, I'll tell you. There is a front end screen available where a field wise mapping is there for each message. So you can check on that. I think if I get to have the time, there is a mapping table is there. Mapping screen is there.
Okay.
Okay, so we have generator 705. So let me go fast. And now I have changed. Can you see here? Now I have changed that to open. That means that I've changed the details to open from pre-advice to open. So now what will happen is system will generate a 700. It's in the same contract. I have another 8 minutes. That is why I just skipped this. This is not a free.
Will not increase the amendment number, right?
No. It is a fresh issuance. It will create a version for the contract, but it will be a fresh 700. It's not an amendment. It is 700.
Okay.
So you can see I can even generate as common group messages.
Mahesh, one more query. We do have a separate screen for common group messages, right? If I issue a common group message from there, whether that would be linked to the contract?
Yes, if you give tag 20 or the reference number there, it will automatically populate.
That is actually giving me error. I said the client it is not supported.
No. It should, because now in FCUB that was
because
there.
Currently there is no code for that. We have checked the code also. There is no code logic.
Now everything is brought in here, right?
So you are telling that will not be supported, huh?
In OBTF, if you are asking.
And if a contract is put on hold by one user, can it be released by other user and process?
And you have to do a reassign.
Okay, if you do a reassign, it is possible, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
So let me move on to the next one. So I'm trying to showcase 759, 799. I think we have seen that how to generate. So in the existing contract, I'm going to that and we can generate a 759 and 799. Let us see that. I'm doing an unlock. So anything we are doing in the LCD contract, it will generate only 799. And if I try to save anything, it will give you an error because I'm changing the amount. It should give an error when I'm trying to save. Okay. So I'm going to the and reinstating the original amount. Now, if I go to the it is validating that everything is fine. So you can see here 799 will be generated because ancillary message is not checked. So what we will do is we will go to the preferences. You can see here there is a checkbox called ancillary message. If I enable that, then I need to give what type of function for the ancillary message, like in others, or if these are all factory shipped as per Swift standards. So we can give that information and attach the FFT code. System will automatically generate that information, and it will generate a 759. This is how the 759 can be generated. Whereas 799 comes under the common group messages, and we can enter that information. So I'm just giving the
So ancillary in the sense it is a replacement or it is a...
No, it is a separate Swift. Now Swift is telling every bank to move away from 799 to 759 for all trade related messages.
Okay. So we have to check that ancillary message and we have to capture the data.
Correct.
Here.
Correct. This is for 799. What I'm showing now is 799.
Okay, for 759, it is only that ancillary message.
Ancillary message and related FFTs. There are specific FFT codes which needs to be there. Then only system will generate that message.
Okay, on behalf of any other message, or it would be part of the our maintenance other message.
Correct. Correct. Okay. So it's saying I'm missing this tag. So I need to add that FFT code.
So this 759 would be as part of the Swift guidelines 2023. Correct. Or
no, it is there from 2020 itself.
Okay.
When that fraud happens in Punjab National Bank, within that 1 year they brought this.
Okay, to enable a Swift regulation 2023, is there any front-end maintenance or it's
yes, no, CSTP param.
Okay, just changing that value to Y will do
yes,
it. Huh?
Yes.
Even for Swift 2020 as well.
Yes, 2020, 2021, 2022, everything.
Yeah.
You can see 759 is generated for whatever the information we have given.
One query, if I switch it on that 2023 regulation in my environment, whether any server restart is required?
No. Immediately it will start working. And 799. Okay. Before I move to the next one, I think I need to get a feedback from you. Request you to share your feedback 2 times. One is now when I'm giving this, and at the time of when you are leaving that, please give your feedback. I'm just hosting a poll. Where is the poll?
Mahesh?
Yes.
Can you just show from where did you see the generation of the Swift message? I missed that.
All messages. All messages tab.
All messages. Okay.
Yes.
You just click there, is it?
Yes. Can you see here? In all messages, that is what I have shown in the, when I do it manually also, that is what I have shown. Can you see here? Can you see here? Trade finance view message. It comes from all messages.
And there's, okay.
All the messages, whether it is Swift or mail, everything will be viewed in that single screen itself.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so this is what I want to show, and actually I'll stop share 1 minute. Give me a minute. I will launch a poll. Please share your feedback. Please share your feedback for that